And thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. Good evening, everybody. Who's all in the chat right now? We've got a big show for you tonight. This is Doofel's News Network reporting for our continued coverage of Carowinds opening weekend 2025. Anyone in the chat? How's it going, Trent? We got a big show today. Lots of topics to cover, as you can see. Lots of notes, lots of topics. Big show today. This is Doofel's News Network. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We are continuing our coverage of Carowinds opening weekend 2025. Lots of topics tonight. Our first topic is going to be the crowd levels and weather at opening weekend. For this segment, we'll be switching over to our live scene reporter at the park, Ian. Over to you, Ian.
Hey, Doofles, how's it going?
Good,
Can you
how
hear
are
me
you?
okay?
Yep, I can hear.
Doing good, doing good. Yeah, we've definitely got quite the crowds here right now. It is just after 5 o'clock. So Carowinds has actually just started enforcing their chaperone policy for the day since it is 4 o'clock, which is causing people some headaches.
Yeah,
I was definitely approached by, what's
I heard
that?
you have some trouble getting in.
Just a little bit. It's been a weekend of slight technical hiccups, we'll say. I'll just leave it at that. We'll keep my frustrations in a bottle for that. But yeah, so crowds have definitely picked up. It's definitely been a fairly quiet day up until maybe an hour or two ago. But yeah, just kind of heading into the park right now. I'm gonna flip this around so y'all can see what I'm seeing.
Looks a little busy. Doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
Good,
Looks
good.
like South Carolina's getting more traffic than North Carolina is, but hey.
How's the weather?
Weather's beautiful. We have been at about 75 both yesterday and today, and it's a little cloudy right now, but nothing bad. No rain. Do believe it's supposed to get a little ugly tomorrow, but that's tomorrow. Today is beautiful.
That is tomorrow. Nice.
All right.
All right, thank you, Ian.
Of course.
All right, on to our next topic. We have the new Fury 325 merchandise. In celebration of Fury 325's 10th anniversary, the park has released new merchandise designs, which can be found in the main gift shop as well as the Hive gift shop. The ride officially turns 10 years old in 2 weeks. It opened on March 28th, 2015. For a look at this new merchandise, we're switching back to our live reporter at the park, Ian. Oh, look, there it is right there. Perfect.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at it here. But like you just mentioned, Fury turns 10 this year. They were good enough to give us some new merch, so we'll go in and check that out. We've got t-shirts.
I like that one.
Yeah, super cool. We have got hoodies that they curiously have decided to use the Pittsburgh Penguins colors for. We got some hats down there. New Squishmallows. People in the way. I'm gonna swing out here. There we go. Okay, so there's kind of a better look at that hoodie if I can get the glare out. So yeah, nice pocket, nice and soft. And we got a hat too.
I can't say I'm a big fan of the yellow. What do you think?
I am not a fan of the yellow. I think if they did some green for this, since, you know, everything about Fury is green, that probably would have been a pretty good way to go. But there is actually another hoodie option too that I will show you here. This one is one that I like just a little bit better. But that is the back. So we got the B, 10th anniversary. And then the front is a nice, classy 10th anniversary Fury 325.
Nice, looks good.
Yeah. So I think that one's probably my favorite out of all of them. And then we got a plain white t-shirt that has the same design language here as the back of the hoodie. And you can pick these guys up for... Got a price on here someplace. $24.99 for the tees.
All right, not
I
bad.
know that these guys are $49.99. The hat, excuse me. The anniversary hats are $24.99. That's actually a little bit of a better look at it there. And then there was, I think this is actually, that's generic. Never mind. That's not anniversary related. But they have definitely restocked their Fury merchandise a little bit because it was a little on the weak side the last time that we were here.
Yeah, it looks like a
We've
nice
got some stickers
collection.
now. Yeah.
Yes, we have a live reporter at the park right now at Materials. This is live coverage of Carowinds opening weekend 2025 from the
What's up,
Doofles News
Materials?
Network.
All right. So that pretty much covers all of the new 10th anniversary Fury merch. Like Duple's mentioned, this is available here at the front of the park and also at the Hive gift shop at the ride exit. And I'm going to send it on back to you, Duple.
Thank you, Ian. All right, just a reminder, this is live opening weekend coverage from the Doofles News Network. I am not at the park right now. I am at Doofles News Network headquarters in Dayton, Ohio, but we have a reporter on the scene right now. All right, our next topic tonight is going to be the construction progress for the new for 2025 rides in Camp Snoopy. Carowinds is opening two brand new rides in 2025. One is going to be a family coaster, and one is going to be a family water ride. The coaster, Snoopy's Racing Railway, is an art engineering launched family coaster. The water ride, Charlie Brown's River Raft Blast, is a Mock Rides splash battle attraction. Pretty excited for these new for 2025 rides. We're going to switch it over in a minute to our live coverage of Camp Snoopy. I don't think he's there quite yet, but I'm very interested to see the construction progress. If you watched yesterday's video, we had some construction updates from Camp Snoopy. It looks like almost all the track work's finished for that coaster. It's going to be very interesting to see. Oh, this isn't just my room. This is the Doofles News Network studio at Materials. Serious business. We got notes tonight. We got a suit. This is serious coverage. How many viewers we got right now? How's everyone doing tonight? Who in chat is going to make it to Carowinds in 2025? Raise of hands. Yes, very official indeed. April 18th is Kings Island Preview Day, and I will be there. Okay, it looks like our live reporter on the scene has just about made it over to not Planet Snoopy, Camp Snoopy. We're now switching over to our live reporter on the scene at Camp Snoopy. Back to you, Ian.
All right. Thank you, Dufles. Yes, we are just about over to Camp Snoopy where we've got, man, the myth, the legend right there.
It's Snoopy himself. Oh my god. That was not on my notes.
Nope. So we have got a new art engineering family coaster that's going to be popping up right over here. A breathtaking construction wall.
If only you had someone 6 foot tall over there.
For whatever reason, we left the person with the longer arm at home. But yes, I don't know if you can see anything over there. I'm like holding the camera up as high as I can.
I can see Intimidator. Or not a Thunderstriker, I mean, my bad.
Yeah. So I am going to walk around to this area over here just because we can get a little peek, at the very least, at some of the completed track work. And it'll give you an idea of what the track is going to look like. All right.
Oh yeah, you can just barely see
right
it there.
Between the trees. Yeah. So we've got a tan colored support, a purplish gray track itself. So it's going to blend in really nice with all of the other colors and theming in Camp Snoopy.
Can you see the construction of the water ride at all, or is that walled off too?
That, I want to say, is also walled off. Went looking for it, and I was not able to see it, but one of the bits of theming that we're seeing all over the place at Carowinds this year fences that look like this with signs that say "Pardon our dust."
I like how those are different from the Nighthawk signs, though. They have Snoopy on
We're so
them.
slightly.
Those
They do have
those little
Snoopy on them.
details, little details.
Yes, yeah. And hey, looks like we got Charlie Brown over here too,
Oh my!
dressed up in his
Everyone's
scout
making a
attire.
cameo tonight.
Yeah, pretty crazy line for Woodstock Express over there.
Better or
And
worse than the line for guest services right now?
ugh, anything would be better. You can see a little bit more of the track. It's a little bit closer there.
Yeah, I think it's right there. If you guys can see my mouse, I see some track right there. Is that a fence beneath it, or is that track?
Yes, I'm actually leaning on a fence right now, sort of.
Above the fence line, is that track like where Intimidator is right now, or is that a
Oh,
fence? I
I'm
can't
sorry,
really
you
tell.
probably can't see it. That is track. I should be
Oh,
pointing
okay.
right at it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I can see it now. Very cool, very cool.
But yeah, that is pretty much all that we can see for the new for 2025 family coaster. But hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. It looks like they're making good progress with it, at least.
Yeah, it looks like all the track work's done. It shouldn't be too long.
Nope. And I don't know if you can see any better over there, but I'll give you one more little peek.
Yeah, I can see some track right there, and I can see some track off to the right. Looks like a pretty big coaster.
It
I think it
does
has like
actually.
2 launches.
I do see that we have a little bit of a delay in our stream right now, too. So
Oh, okay.
maybe a moment or two. Yeah.
Very exciting. Good stuff.
Definitely. But yeah, not much more new to see over here just yet.
All right, good stuff. Thanks, Ian.
Of course.
All right, and our next topic tonight is going to be the removal of Nighthawk. So, as many of you know, Nighthawk, the Vekoma Flying Dutchman, has been partially removed from Carowinds. This was one of the last of these attractions standing. It's very sad to see this ride go. Six Flags has been on a spree, just removing every problematic coaster out of every single park. I never got the chance to ride Nighthawk. I'm pretty sad about that. But I don't know. Has anyone in chat ridden Nighthawk? Any fond memories of Nighthawk? I haven't heard very good things about Nighthawk before, so I want to say it's a shame it left. I mean, I'm sad because I never got to ride it, but based on what I've heard, I don't think it's such a tragedy that this ride left. I've heard pretty bad things, so maybe it's for the best that this ride left. Godly Goat has ridden it twice. What'd you think about it? What'd you think about Nighthawk? I'm interested to know. Yeah, how's it going, Bud? MH Reels rode Nighthawk. What'd you guys think about Nighthawk? I'm curious. It's bumpy. I've heard it's pretty rough and unpleasant. It opened at the park all the way back in March 20th, 2004. So it was around for just about 20 years. It was one of the final rides of its kind. The only one left now is Batwing at Six Flags America. I'm sad to see it go because I never got the chance to ride it, and I loved Firehawk at Kings Island. Firehawk was one of my favorite rides at Kings Island. And this one was like Firehawk, except it had 2 extra corkscrews at the end. I think that would have been pretty cool. No, you passed up a chance to ride it last June. Oh, that's a shame. I missed it too. Yeah, everyone in chat's saying it's bumpy right now, so maybe it's for the best that this ride left. Maybe we'll get something better in the future. But for a live look at the Nighthawk removal, we're switching back over to our live reporter on the scene, Ian, at the park.
All right, here we are. So I am standing just in front of some very sad looking footers. Uh, there is a piece, though, that is fairly interesting.
The
That,
corkscrew?
yes. Well, yes. I was looking at it the other day from over by Windseeker, and it almost looks like it might be something that they're looking to keep. But there is also another piece of track, and I'll walk over here in just a second just to get a better look at that. A larger piece that's also still here. If you are on Afterburn, you can actually see in the parking lot where they are neatly slicing up and arranging the dismantled
Yes.
pieces of track and footers. So who knows what they're going to do with it? I don't know that it's necessarily being disassembled in the state that it can be sold, but especially since it looks like they've just like completely cut these footers
I think they
off.
just like sliced everything up.
Yeah. So definitely something that we might see pop up as an offering, like the Maverick track slices and Vortex track slices.
Oh,
I could definitely see them doing that.
I didn't
So
even think of that. Yeah, if you guys
yeah,
didn't see last night's video, we had video of the Nighthawk track pieces in the parking lot. So check that video out. It's very interesting. Everything's just like lined up in the parking lot right now.
I'm just walking over here to get another shot of the structure piece that still remains. And we have a pardon our dust blocking the walkway.
The whole park is a construction zone this weekend.
Yes. I think it will be for more than the weekend, unfortunately.
Yeah, most likely, probably the year.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Wow, look at that. So that is the turn after the vertical loop, I believe. So you go down the drop through the loop, and then that would be the first turn.
There you go. And it looks like the station is being dismantled over there too. I took a look at it the other day, but it's closer to Windseeker, which with this walkway being blocked off means you have to walk all the way through Camp Snoopy and around to get there. So kind of a minor inconvenience as far as cutting off the flow of traffic.
Are there any remnants of the lift hill right now?
Not that I was able to see.
Okay, because I believe last week I saw a construction update and there was still the lift hill. So it seems that they're moving pretty fast with this.
Yeah. Sad to see it go. I never got to ride it either.
I think we say it's sad to see it go because we've never ridden it. I think if we had ridden
That's literally
it,
the only reason.
everyone in
Like,
chat saying
honestly,
it was a horrible ride.
if they were to remove this instead,
Have you ridden Vortex? We didn't ride Vortex last year.
no, I still have not. I don't really.
I have no desire to.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but bad things.
I'll do it one day, but like,
Oh, there it goes.
so yeah, I have a question for the chat then. If they took this out instead of Nighthawk, would anyone care?
Personally, I think I would rather see Vortex leave because Nighthawk was one of 2 left remaining in the U.S.
Only 3 ever built.
Yeah. How many stand-up coasters do we have? We have one in Georgia. We have the one at they removed the one at Great Adventure. So there's the one in over Georgia. There's the one at Magic Mountain. So there's only like 1 or 2 more stand-up coasters than there are Vekoma Flying Dutchmans. So I think I would rather see Nighthawk stand just because it's a little bit more unique.
Yes. And really, let's be honest, the old B&M stand-up coasters, they didn't do anybody any favors.
Yeah. I mean, I like the one at over Georgia. Georgia Scorcher is a really fun ride. I did not like the one at Great Adventure. I think it was Green Lantern.
No.
I did not like that one.
It
That
was.
was not a good ride.
It was not. It was very terrible, in fact.
What do you think about Pipeline?
What do I think about
Yeah,
Pipeline?
what's the?
I
I
think
have mixed feelings on Pipeline. I don't know what I think right now.
so. For Pipeline, I personally can take it or leave it. It's okay. It doesn't bother me now that I have figured out how to ride it. I know that you started out really liking it, and then maybe your opinion shifted a little bit.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings. I've had a couple good rides, and I had one really bad ride on it. So I'm not a big fan of Pipeline. Um,
Yes.
it, I don't know. The stand-up coasters aren't great, so I think I would have rather seen the stand-up coaster leave and Nighthawk stay. But that's just me. I've also never
Yes.
ridden Nighthawk, so there's that.
I think it's also fair to say that Vortex really doesn't take up a whole lot of space.
Yeah,
So it's not a large, sprawling layout like Nighthawk was. And let's be real, this thing was down all the time. So they really did have a lot of problems with it. I have been, I have not been here this whole time and seen Vortex not running. It's been running like crazy the entire time,
it is a B&M.
today and yesterday. It's B&M.
Yep.
They're troopers. Um, yeah, honestly, all of the B&Ms in the park have been running really well yesterday and today.
Good to know. Could we get one last final look at the Nighthawk construction or removal?
Definitely.
Thank you. Oh, that's a really sad sight to see just all the footers there. Oh my goodness.
Somebody play taps.
Wow, look at that. Looks like they're moving pretty fast with that though. Shouldn't be too long. I imagine all
Yeah,
that's gonna be gone by the end of the season.
I would think so.
Wow.
And it'll
All right.
definitely give them some room to work. So there will definitely be some space for them to get something good in here. So we'll see what they do with it. I have high hopes.
They are getting a 2026 water ride that was confirmed at the same time that the
They are, that's
2026 Kings
right.
Island coaster was announced. So my guess is it might go there. We'll see
That is a
though.
possibility.
That would
That
be a
is
good
certainly a
spot for it.
possibility.
All right. Well, thank you, Ian.
Of course.
And our next topic tonight, drum roll, is the Enterprise removal. More ride removals. There have been many, many ride removals at the park this year. So Screamweaver was the Enterprise. It was built by Schwarzkopf all the way back in 1979. And it opened March 24th, 1979. Lasted quite a while at the park. As far as I know, this thing operated very well. I made one visit last year, and it was like thunder, lightning. Everything at the park was closed, but this ride was always open that day. And the next day afterwards, too. I don't think I've ever seen this ride close, but I've only been to the park once. It was in the county fair area, and it first opened as Meteorite on March 24th, 1979. It was relocated to the Thrill Zone area next to Hurler and Fury 325, but it has since been removed. It's like completely gone at this point. You'll get a look in a second. Has anyone in the chat been on Screamweaver at Carowinds? I've never had the chance to ride it, so I'm sad to see this one leave too, because I never got to ride this one. How many viewers are we at now? Thank you, everybody, for tuning into the Doofles News Network. I hope you're having a great evening. Looks like no one in chat has ridden Screamweaver. Sad times. I don't imagine this ride had a lot of fans. It was a cloned attraction. I mean, there are enterprises everywhere in the world. Not a lot, not anything too special about this attraction. But it's still sad to see it go with all these ride removals. Our live reporter on the scene is almost over there. We'll be switching over in a second. Isn't Batman a Nighthawk clone? I think the difference, I think Nighthawk is a unique model because it has the two corkscrews at the end, whereas Firehawk and Batman, or I think it's Batwing, have an inline twist or something like that. The layouts are slightly different. It's the same ride type, but the models are just slightly different. Some more fun facts about Screamweaver. It had a capacity of 42 people per cycle. It had a 54-inch height requirement. I've never had the chance to ride any Enterprises. They look like fun rides, but I've never been on one. All right, we now have our reporter live on the scene at the removal of Screamweaver, switching over to our reporter on the scene, Ian. How's it looking over there?
It is looking vacant, like me, first thing in the morning.
I see the queue still there. They still have the operator booth and
Yes.
the queue.
Literally everything is still here except the ride. So,
Interesting.
like the control panel is still in there. It's basically all still here. The queue, the panel, just no Screamweaver.
Interesting. So I'm guessing they might be able to reuse that for a future attraction. They can just reuse the existing maintenance structures, ride operator booth and queue.
Definitely. If they decide to drop in some kind of a nice new flat ride here,
Yeah.
looks like a pretty decent space for something like that to go. And yes, nothing else has been touched. Even the trash can's still there.
Ask them if it's open right now. The trash can isn't blocking the entrance, is it?
I'm just gonna go stand in line.
Yeah. I mean, Nighthawk, the app said that Nighthawk had a 15-minute wait, right?
It did, yes. Last night, I haven't checked it today, but on past older preview night, Nighthawk was reporting a less than 15-minute wait in Carowinds app.
It does
Probably less
not
than
look
50%
like
of the coaster there too. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
It does not look like Screamweaver is gonna be open tonight, though. Unfortunately.
Nope. Not. Yes. So many removed attractions, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But you know what hasn't been removed, which I can definitely just treat our viewers to a little bit of a fan favorite. Since we're right here, we have to go pay it a bit. Let everybody have a look at it.
Oh, Fury 325. I think I
Of
ruined the
course.
surprise.
So, do we think this is the best machine that B&M ever built?
Ooh. That's a tough one.
What do we think? What do we think?
Is this the best B&M ride in the world? What do we think, chat? I
you
think
think no,
some of the
tell me what you think it-
hypercoasters. I think some of the hypercoasters are pretty close. Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking Mako's up there for sure. Apollo's Chariot is up there. There's a lot of really, really good B&M hypercoasters.
I would agree that
I
there
don't-
are, but this one, and I know it's a hyper model, but obviously it is the tallest Giga in the US anyway.
I don't know if Fury 325 beats Montu or Raptor for me. I think some of the inverts are just too intense to be beat. Bud
I'm just
Bud
gonna
says in
swing us in here
chat
real quick.
Diamondback is underrated. Bud Bud saying that Diamondback is potentially better than Fury 325. That is not at all what he said, but I'm putting those words in his mouth.
It is.
There's
I
another
know.
look at the merchandise.
Which looks like they have kind of been cleaning out some of the 10th anniversary stuff here. So, oh no, wait, they just moved it. Never mind. Yeah, this is the T-shirt that is only half a T-shirt, so not designed for the gentleman.
I think the real question is, have you seen anyone at the park wearing one of those ugly yellow sweaters?
Believe it or not, I have.
Have you really?
Yes. Not very many of them, but one other thing that I did note that was kind of interesting, I have actually lost count of the amount of Kings Island, Cedar Point, mainly those two parks.
Mhm.
I have seen so many different shirts for the Beast, Millennium Force, Mavericks, Steel Vengeance. I actually saw an Orion hoodie on somebody earlier. So the entire state of Ohio is down here right now.
Well, you said you saw a lot of Ohio license plates too, right?
Yes, there's actually a really cool Acura, a blue Acura in the parking lot, and it's got an Area 72 license plate. It's like a vanity plate, just says Area 72 from Ohio. But yeah, Hamilton County plates, Franklin County plates, Cuyahoga County plates. Yeah, so lots of people. I would have to wonder if we took the Ohio visitors out of the equation, how many people would actually be left in the park?
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense because the Ohio parks are closed right now. Kings Island, Cedar Point,
Yes.
everything's closed for the season. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you really like roller coasters, you got to make the drive all the way down to Charlotte right now.
And obviously, that's why I'm here. And of course, to report on the events.
Bud Bud asks in chat, is Ian's home park Carowinds?
Ian's home park is not. Ian's home park is actually Kings Island. So I did make the 6.5 hour drive down here yesterday, did pass Older Preview Day, here today, and then heading back home tomorrow.
Yep. You went down there last night, grabbed some footage for the Doofles News Network. Very much appreciated. Thank you for your service.
Anytime. My pleasure.
All right. Thank you, Ian.
Anytime.
And the next topic tonight is, drumroll, drop tower removal. So as many of you know, many rides have been removed from Carowinds this year. This is the third ride, drop tower, removed this year. Closed last season and never reopened. No announcement, no anything. Same with all of these rides. There was never any announcement. Drop tower opened at Carowinds in 1996, opened in March 30th, 1996. It was just a basic Intamin drop tower. It stood at 174 feet tall. If you've been on one of these drop towers, the one at Kings Island is a lot taller. It's a 300-foot Intamin drop tower, so this was about half the height of that. I am not a big fan of drop towers, so I'm not at all sad to see this go. But I'm sure for many park goers at Carowinds and season pass holders, many people who had Carowinds as their home park, I have to imagine that they're pretty disappointed to see 3 rides leave in the same year. Now we're switching back over to our live reporter on the scene to get a live look at the drop tower removal. Back to you, Ian.
Thank you, Doofles. So yes, we have another fence wall. But at the very least, unlike the new construction over in Camp Snoopy, we can kind of get a little tiny bit of a peek. Not a very good one, but basically just enough to show us that there is really nothing here anymore. Ah, there we go. That's a much better one.
It looks like
And I apologize if that's out of focus.
It is, but you can still kind of make out. I think that's the operator booth back there. I can kind of make out the operator booth. Interesting.
Yes. That is still there. That really is it, other than whatever the machinery is right here. But all of the structure is completely gone.
Wow.
There might be, I think I'm actually seeing some seats in the grass over there. Unfortunately, I think the camera is going to keep focusing on
the
fence. I don't know if I can do anything
You can
about that with our
kind of make
stream.
out the operator booth right there if you guys can see my mouse. But it looks like the rest of the ride's being scrapped. Very sad to see. I imagine they could have just sold it to another park. I don't know why scrap it. But I guess
Very
this
possibly.
one...
It doesn't.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it doesn't look like it was like ripped out of the ground or anything. So, uh, and I'm actually standing in a different spot right now, and this is probably not going to be a very
Oh, it's
good
in
shot
focus
yet
now.
again.
Are those the ride vehicles back there?
I believe they are.
Very interesting. Look at those. Huh. So I think that's the maintenance shack next to it. That's the maintenance building for that ride. And then next to that is the operator booth. So I guess potentially the drop tower plot could be reused for another flat ride in the future.
Very possible. Not a very big space, but it definitely is something that they can work with. For instance, if they ever decide that they want to give RMC a call and do something about this.
Yes, that was not on the paper. That was not on the paper for tonight's topics. But do you have any updates for RMC Hurler?
I do not. The only thing that I
shame.
can tell you is they have been doing some track work on it. I did ride it earlier. You can even see there's some new boards in place there, and they do go all up the lift hill as well. So they're trying to make it halfway decent to ride. It's still not the worst, but I would even say that it is better than it was last year. But I think everybody really would kind of rather see an RMC here.
I can't speak for Hurler at King's Dominion. I never got the chance to ride Hurler, but Twisted Timbers, I have to imagine, is probably 800 times better than Hurler ever was. So I would love to see Hurler get RMC'd.
I would also agree with that. And especially since they have this area right here that they could do something with, even just extend the layout or whatever.
Right.
They got the space to do it. So it could totally be done. And I think
we saw
something like that sitting right next to Fury.
We saw a lot of markers last year under the ride structure, didn't we?
We did see a lot of markers. And actually, as I was walking through the queue earlier, I was specifically looking for them and they are gone.
Nothing to report?
Evidently, nothing to report on that.
That's a shame.
I did not see any on the floor or anything. So nothing there.
All right, well, that is everything on the list of topics for tonight's show. Do we have any questions in chat about the new for 2025 rides, the ride removals, anything? No questions right now. Do you have any thoughts to add, Ian?
I don't think I have anything other than what we went over already, but I will say that it's been a very nice weekend weather-wise. Park traffic has been very manageable. I would say that if you have fast lane, you're walking onto everything. There are some technical hiccups that the park is going through right now.
Yeah, do you want to
particularly
share...
with admissions.
Do you want to share any details on the fast lane hiccups and the admissions hiccups you've had?
Well, I can tell you that the fast lane hiccups only applied to me yesterday. However, I know that people are having them today as well. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to them, but it has been kind of hit or miss as to whether or not the scanner will actually register the pass as valid. So some people will go up and scan it and it'll turn green, you'll go through. Then some people will go and scan and it'll turn red. And a lot of the ride operators are saying, it's the right color, just go through the wristband, that is.
Yeah.
And other ride operators are telling people to go to guest services and get it replaced. So there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of cohesion in that area. But I've actually been in and out of the park several times today with no issues until the most recent one where I was coming back from my car and my pass said that it was blocked, my actual prestige pass. So even though I've been in the park twice already today, the computer just registered that I was not allowed in. So I had to go to guest services, wait in a 40-minute line. And I'll apologize to everybody that stuck with us through that delay. That was my fault. We were trying to get through, but once I finally got into guest services, they told me, no, everything is fine. So go back to the entrance and see if you can get in. We'll have a supervisor meet you up there just to make sure. The computer told me again when I scanned in that the pass was not valid and was not working, and the supervisor just said go through anyway. So we're having some technical headaches, but
Yeah.
other than that, it has been a very pleasant weekend. We couldn't have gotten better weather. It started out kind of gloomy this morning, but as you can see, the sun is out, and it's been a pretty level 75 for the majority of both days. So could not have done any better on the weather.
Good. Yeah, so I do want to add that earlier we were getting everything ready. Stream was scheduled for, I think, 5 o'clock at first. We did have to delay it slightly. No, I think it was 4 o'clock. It got delayed to 5 o'clock. We were having technical difficulties getting Ian into the park. Whenever he scanned his pass, Carowinds systems are a disaster this weekend, so Fastlane is occasionally not working. The ticket scanners aren't working, so he had to wait in line at guest services. That is the reason for today's delay in the stream. But thanks for sticking with us. I know MH Reels was here at like 4 o'clock and he's been waiting. We appreciate that. Thanks for waiting around.
Thanks, MH Reels. We love ya.
It is not our fault. It is Carowinds' fault. Blame Carowinds.
Hey, we tried, and we definitely appreciate everybody sticking around.
Yep. But that is, we've covered all the topics for today's show. In case anyone has any questions, that is going to be all from today's coverage from Doofles News Network. It doesn't look like we have any questions in the chat. So I think that's about it. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I hope all of you have a great evening. Thanks for watching Doofles News Network, our extended coverage from Carowinds opening weekend 2025. And like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.